one.
Yeah, it does.
Well, I usually go eat my lunch and just let them take a walk.
Call to order the regular common council meeting, Monday, June 15th, 7:01 p.m. Roll call.
Mays,
Yes.
McIntyre,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Thomas,
Here.
Mark Wellman,
Yes.
Chris Wallace,
Yes.
Next item is pledge of allegiance. Pledge of allegiance.
Flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Confirmation of appropriate meeting notice.
meeting was noticed on Friday, June 12th. Agenda is posted at BMO Harris Bank, the Post Office, Library, and City Hall.
Council acceptance of the agenda.
I'll make a motion to accept.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Carried. Personal appearances. Anyone in the audience that wishes to speak on anything that's not on the agenda? Looks like both agenda items here, so we'll go on to the minutes from June 1st.
I'll make the motion to approve the June 1st meeting minutes.
I'll second that.
Any corrections, additions? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Finance Committee, Mark.
Motion to approve bills and payroll list in the amount of $205,735.83.
Second.
Any questions on the bills? Hearing none, roll call.
Mark Wellman,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Thomas,
Yes.
Chris Wellman,
Yes.
Mays,
Yes.
McIntyre,
Yes. Motion passes.
Licenses, motion to approve an operator's license for Elizabeth Lear.
I'll second.
Motion and second on the floor. This came out of finance at a 2-to-1 vote. Is there anyone that wishes to look at the file prior to voting here?
I would like to.
And Ms. Lair's in the audience
I
here.
think it's a second.
Yes, this would be the piece you'd want.
She applied May 7th, I believe it says on there, and was arrested for intoxicated driving on May 9th. Been through the court process. No priors.
Okay, anybody else want to see this?
Any questions for her?
I have none.
Anyone else? Roll call.
Mark Wellman,
Yes.
Mays,
Yes.
McIntyre,
Yes.
Davis,
No.
Thomas,
Yes.
Chris Wellman,
No.
Motion passes 4-2. Good luck. Thanks for coming down, and we don't want to see you back here because it's a lot easier when you don't have to be here.
Motion to approve a license for private property on a public sidewalk for Russell and Janice Beach.
Second.
Any discussion?
What is it? Where is this at?
At the Edgerton Books.
Or West
and Art.
Fulton.
Oh, okay. So it'll be similar to what we did down here. Okay.
Anyone else? Roll call.
Mark Wellman,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Thomas,
Yes.
Chris Wellman,
Yes.
Mays,
Yes.
McIntyre,
Yes.
Motion passes.
Motion to approve for the Volunteer Fire Department Association's request for exception to allow serving beer and wine in Central Park for annual festival.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Mark Wellman,
Yes.
McIntyre,
Yes.
Davis,
Abstain.
Thomas,
Yes.
Chris Wellman,
Yes.
Mays,
Yes.
Motion passes.
Motion to amend a farmland lease for property located by Dahlman Road and West Fulton Street.
Second.
Any discussion?
There was one modification of that for clarification. The total amount of the lease should be $560, not $540. There was a mistake made there.
Anyone else? Roll call.
Mark Walnuts?
Yes.
Davis?
Yes.
Thomas?
Yep.
Chris Walnuts?
Yes.
Ames?
Yes.
McIntyre?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Motion to add the condition that all facade grant recipients comply with the window signage ordinance as set forth in the city's code of general ordinances before payment is made to all the following that become approved.
Second.
Any discussion?
I have a question on these. Is this just for business properties or residential properties affected also?
There's one residential in here.
Yes, I know.
There's probably no ordinance on the residential one for business signs, though, is there?
Yeah, good point. The motion on the table is regarding the signage. Your question, Dave, may be more appropriate under the next motion that's made. We could try to address it there if you'd like.
Okay.
You mean paying for them? Is that your question, or?
Are they eligible for these grants?
Okay, that would be better than after we decide on whether to require the signage be met prior. I wished I'd have thought of putting these on the license renewals, so we could have taken care of quite a few of them, but thought of it after that night. That hopefully next year we can do that so that some of these buildings get in compliance with their signage ordinance. Okay, any other discussion on the motion here? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
I'm going to make a motion that we approve line item L of a facade grant for 2 through 8 East Fulton Street in an amount not to exceed $5,000 contingent that the owner of that property removes all outdated business signs from the building.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Mark Walnuts?
Yes.
McIntyre?
Yes.
Davis?
Yes.
Thomas?
Yes.
Chris Walnuts?
Yes.
Ames?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Can make a motion to approve all other line items under number 5 as stated.
I'll second that.
Discussion, Dave.
All properties that are in the TIF district, Dave, are eligible for the program. You have the right to approve or not approve any of them, but as noted, one of them is a residential property. So it's entirely up to you, but it is eligible.
I was just wondering if it was an eligible request. Well, in other words, then I could put in a request for some necessary work I have to do around my home.
If you're
You're not in the
You're not in the
historic
TIF district.
Move and maybe you can.
I could where I'm at.
Then no.
Are you okay with all of them being grouped together then, or do you want that one
that's
separate?
Okay. That's okay.
Any other discussion?
Which one was residential?
Yeah.
One of the
Riley
Swift
Cook's
Streets.
down there.
Swift Street? 109
Yeah, 109 Swift
Ray
Street.
Cook's old house.
E. Excuse me, I'm the finance.
Still E.
Still E.
Yeah. Anyone else? Roll call.
Mark Walnuts?
Yes.
Chris Walnuts?
Yes.
Ames?
Yes.
McIntyre?
Yes.
Davis?
Yes.
Thomas?
Yes.
Yeah, this facade grant, that
Motion passes.
program we initiated years ago, it turned out to be pretty good.
Motion to approve funding for 2/3 of the pickleball nets not to exceed $400.
Second.
Any discussion?
And that funding is from the contingency fund?
From the contingency fund. Apologize.
Yes, I'd like to discuss that a little bit. I don't see why we're quibbling about $300, $400, or $600. This one group in town comes up and asks for $4,000, boom, you got it. Last year at Chili-Mania time, 14,000 grant was awarded to them, and then they come to the city and ask for, I think, like a matching fund. A small amount like this, I think we should just go ahead and do it in Central Park. It's good for the community. It'll be well, I know it'll be well used, and I think it just should be done. It's the right thing to do.
I disagree with the figure. They're asking for 2/3 funding. Total cost is $400. 2/3 funding is $260, $275. I'd like to see the figure not to exceed $300 for the city's cost.
You'd like to see what?
The amount not to exceed $300.
The reason I think we made the motion not to exceed 400 because there ain't an exact number of what it's going to cost. It depends on what provider they go through. You know,
There's some paint involved in this too. Yeah, boundary lines. And
the 400 was for the estimate for the actual netting.
I believe the Public Works Director said that he has the paint, so that was going to be coming out of his resources, out of his budget. He did not think that he could take the $400 out of his parks budget for this year, given how tight it is. So I think the paint is covered, and that was part of the budget. I think the nets were the conversation, and that's what's on the agenda this evening.
And then I guess the short notice that it came up that, you know, this was being discussed, Tom was not able to produce an actual cost of the netting. He went by somebody that's experienced with these courts that suggested it would run around 400 total, but there could be a difference either way.
And I think you're going about the right way by doing a small, just one, and seeing how it goes.
that's all we're asking for.
It's two courts.
Two courts.
They're looking at possibly doing 6.
So I think that's the right way to do it. If it promotes physical activity, I think it's a good idea.
I think we ought to just back it. Just do it.
Kind of like that Adidas commercial. Do it.
Okay. You want to take it that way?
Am I misreading this? Is the total estimated cost $400?
That's correct.
But it says estimated.
Yeah, you never know.
We're just
what
trying to
something
cover it
comes
so
up.
it don't have to come back for another $20 or $30.
Right.
He asked the council to appropriate funds for the remaining 2/3 of the cost.
Yeah, I understand it clearly.
Lyle, chances are it's not going to go over 300, but this is just to Mark's point. Say it ends up $306.76.
Yeah.
They won't have to come back to the committee.
Okay.
For, you know what I'm saying?
And then you're not holding up a bunch of pickleball players.
Or our team building event.
Okay.
Better than be caught on the wrong side of Toby.
I just think it's a good thing. There's a lot of effort, and donations and volunteer effort that made that cement pad years ago for the skateboard, and that didn't, whatever, didn't turn out. And that's a nice way to use this thing. It costs a couple extra bucks here and there. It's nice to have something that all generations can use, you know. It's kind of neat. First time I've ever noticed in Edgerton, pickleball.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Yes.
Davis?
Yes.
Thomas?
What are we voting for now?
Up to $400.
Up to.
Up to $400? Okay,
You should approve that, Dave.
there shouldn't be any dollar
Shouldn't be any discussion going on right now. We should be voting.
Yeah, you got to vote yes or no, Dave.
I did, yes.
Okay.
Chris Wilnuts?
Yes.
Daves?
Yes.
McIntyre?
Yes.
Motion passes.
That's all I have for now.
Thank you. Plan Commission.
Plant Commission met last week. Motion to approve the second reading and adopting City of Edgerton Ordinance 15-04, amending Chapter 24.1.5 floodplain ordinance general provisions.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Yes.
Yes.
Dave?
Yes.
McIntyre?
Yes.
Thomas?
Yes.
McCormick?
Yes.
Motion passes. Utility Commission.
I'll make a motion for the first reading, City of Edgerton Ordinance 15-05.
I'll second. And just to put a little bit more substance around this, this is changing the days and the ordinance from 10 to 20. Is that correct? If I have that, if I remember right, from 10 to 20. So they're just in compliance, a little bit better in compliance.
Yeah, they're in compliance with the
PSC.
regulations.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
McIntyre?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Thomas?
Yes.
Mark Wilmots?
Yes.
Chris Wilmots?
Yes.
Dave?
Yes.
Motion passes. Historic Commission.
We met last week after RDA and we approved all of the facade grants that went in conjunction with the proper historic colors and schemes. And that's all I have for that.
RDA, we did the same thing. Anything
Yeah.
else?
Did the same thing. We met last week and went through the facade grants.
Parks.
And basically what we did at the last meeting was approve funding for girls softball, batting cage, for the remainder of the funding for the batting cage through the advertising sign funds. In the amount, I believe that was around $6,000. I forgot to call to get that confirmed. And that's that one here.
Yeah, but
We did.
1/3. Pickleball.
Yeah, that's all I have for now.
Okay, Mayor, Alderperson, and staff reports. Got a couple thank yous here. Conservation Club, Kevin and Bonnie Slade, thanked for the contribution to the fishing derby and the hospital. There's one here for their Capital Foundation. A couple thank yous, and then you have the tractor pull on Sunday, Father's Day.
Chris, is Keith in charge of the conservation?
Kevin?
Or Kevin, excuse me?
I don't believe he's in charge.
Okay.
He does the fishing derby on behalf of the Conservation Club, I
Oh, okay,
believe.
gotcha.
But I don't think he's the...
I think he runs the deer pen too.
In fact, Rocky is probably ahead of that.
All right. I gotta get a hold of one of them.
Hope everybody enjoy America's independence celebration of the 4th of July.
Make a motion to go into closed session pursuant to Wisconsin statutes 19.851E, deliberating or negotiating the purchasing of public properties, the investing of public funds, or conducting other specified public business whenever competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session. Discuss and consider purchase of land at a wastewater treatment plant.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Mark Wilmots?
Yes.
Davis?
Yes.
Thomas?
Yes.
Chris Wilmots?
Yes.
Dave?
Yes.
McIntyre?
Yes.
Motion passes. We're in closed session.